Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl JoJo coming to you with a review for the Ball of Wives Season 1, Episode 5 and 6. And I am coming to you from the parking lot of the Dunkin' Donuts because I'm about to go in there and get me a coffee. I've been feeding for it. I don't want to be on here longer than 30 minutes, so I'm going to try to get this review done. We're going to skip all that little filler stuff they had in between these two episodes because we ain't got time today, and we're going to talk about what matters. So let's jump straight into the review. All right, so we know that Kiafa has agreed to meet with Stacy, and that's pretty much where we start out. So we know that meetup is going to happen later on in the episode. But first, we get Stacy, Miko, and Crystal together because they're working out, and Stacy is trying to get her snapback on from having her baby. So while they're there, Crystal is letting Stacy know everything that had happened at Jeniva's swim party. She lets her know that Emily basically was the reason that her friends got kicked out because they had cornrows and little to no makeup, which, y'all, I don't know if I'm being overly sensitive, but that still annoys me. Like, it's a hairstyle. That's how people get their hair done. I would have been more comfortable if Emily would have just said, her girls are here. I don't think her girls care for me like that. They're over there powwowing, and I just feel like I might need to leave. But all that cornrows and little to no makeup, honey, that's just the black girl way, right? Sometimes we roll like that. That's a hairstyle. And sometimes we don't put on a whole bunch of makeup because we don't need to all the time. So, oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm in my feelings over it, but I just really didn't like that comment. But she got up out of there. Crystal told everybody before she could even have a conversation with me. Honey, basically, she was like running. Now, I felt like Crystal was putting too much on the girl. Wasn't nobody running from you, but she definitely wanted to leave. If anything, she was running from your girls, okay, with they straight back cornrows and little to no makeup. Brent's going away to training camp, and Miko is getting him ready. She's packing up his bags and basically letting us know that Brent doesn't move without her. Brent doesn't know how to do anything without her, so eventually she's going to have to be with him on the road because he needs a personal chef and he needs a dick sucker, and that's who Miko is. Kind of really, made sense for me. When I looked at Miko, I was just like, yeah, I could see her giving some really good head. And maybe that's why Brent puts up with her foolishness, because y'all know she probably is 10 types of crazy. She gives me a lot of Jackie Christie vibes, that overbearing type. She gives me that. Brent looks like a baby. I just really got a good look at him, and he's not even as old as he doesn't even look as old as I thought he was in my mind, which might have been like early 30s. Is that how old he is? He looks like he could be in his mid-20s and possibly even younger, like he's just graduated college and got on the team and got drafted. He looks very, very young. You can tell that he allows Miko to run that household and to control everything. And Brent probably likes it that way. There's some men out there who are like that. She tells us that when she met Brent, he didn't even know how to write a check, which, I mean, I'm not saying that as an adult, like, it's a lot of adults who don't know how to write checks, but I will tell you, had I not been the, babysitter of my siblings all of the time when my mom would, do a little thing on a Friday. I ain't down in my mama, but she would go out or whatever, and she would leave us a check to write the check for the pizza man. And that is the only reason I know how to write checks, because my mom would give me a check to write to the pizza delivery guy. Other than that, I probably wouldn't know how to write checks either. I don't use checks. I've never used a check to pay for anything other than the pizza. And I've never owned a checkbook because checks is just not how I roll. So I don't know. I was like, maybe Brent is a millennial. He don't use no checks. I don't know, but Miko tells us that she pretty much does everything for Brent. We got our baby trying to karate chop her, and I believe that the baby might be wise beyond his years, because I think the baby did what we've all wanted to do to Miko, which is kind of run up on her and just chop her in the neck because that's what she needs. But they told him to chill out, and he was being a little bit too rough. I was disturbed when Miko was going on and on about Stacy, and we had to go work out because she just had a baby, just popped the baby out, right out of the stomach, right out of the vagina, and the little baby is just laying there looking at her like, well, what we talk about vaginas, you say. And he brings up the fact that they had to cut her stomach open, so I guess she had a C-section. But again, the conversation that she has in front of her child is just strange to me, but maybe every parent style is different. You guys let me know if you talk about things, popping right out of the vagina to your 5-year-old. I mean, maybe it works. I don't know. Then we move on to Julius and Kelly. And I have a lot of things to say about Kelly, but let's just start with her beautiful children. The baby, the oldest boy, wants to play football. Okay, he really, really wants to do it. He's a very handsome young man. You could tell he's well adjusted and all of that. And Julius is given like, me and my friend was watching it together, and she was like, why does he sound like that? He always sounds as if he's about to give a speech, or as if he is offering a counseling session. He has one of those voices that just is very soft and calm. So when he was talking about the situation, he was just like, I don't want my boy playing football. You guys know what I went through. You guys know I had my concussions, and you need to understand and respect the fact that your mom and I have made this decision that you guys are not going to play. You're not playing football. So the boy is kind of understanding in that moment, but then he ends up crying, and he really wants to play. And Julius is just like, you know what, I'm sorry, but just play other things, play other sports. I don't want you to do this. And me and my homegirl, we were sitting there watching it together, and we ended up having a conversation about it because her thing was, I think it's stupid for him not wanting his son to play football. Who doesn't want their son to play football? And, why wouldn't you want him to do that? He's 9. It's not like they're getting into, all of those aspects that he had as an adult, the concussions and the injuries when they are playing. Like, I don't think that is that still Little League when you're talking 9 years old? When you're playing young football, he doesn't have to worry about that right now. And, I understood her point, but I also understood his point, okay? I know how it felt to fall in love with the game, and I think Julius fears that his son is going to fall in love with the game, not just want to play, but fall in love with the game, and no matter what anybody tells him, he's going to want to do it, because that's probably what happened with Julius. He said to himself, nobody told me when I wanted to be a football player, nobody could tell me I wasn't going to be a football player. So his son probably has that in him, but then I also wanted Julius to realize that it's not so much maybe that your son just wants to do this to spite you, or that he doesn't want to listen, or that he's trying to find out for himself what it's like. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe your son is doing this because he wants to be so much like you, and because he looks up to you, and because he sees what a great player you were, and probably hears people talking about you, and maybe he wants to do this so that he can bond closer to you. I was glad that in the end, Julius ends up kind of letting go of the reins a little bit and allowing his son to play football. Bought him a football flag football. I was just like, boo, but baby steps, right? He's going to play flag football, and that boy was so happy, y'all. He was so happy that they were able to do this. Now, my new favorite person on the show is actually the other son. Now, if you guys paid attention in the background, that other son wasn't concerned about nothing, okay? He was opening up gifts of clothing, checking out the clothes. That other son looked at that football like, child, please. Okay, he the one that want to play. I don't care if we play or not. I'm out here to get fresh and live off this money. That's exactly the look that other son had. He was always smirking and smiling when the camera was around. I said, honey, that other son don't care about playing football or no other sport. He is that dude. Every high school had one. When y'all went to high school, that nigga wasn't concerned about nothing but coming to school and getting fresh and getting money. He didn't care about nothing else. He was always at the game sitting with the girls because he wasn't playing. He was only concerned about that. And then, once he graduated, he joined the Navy or something like that. No shade, but we all know somebody like that, right? That's what that little boy, that's what he looked like he trying to do. Since we're talking about Julius, let me just jump right on into Kelly. Now, I'm going a little bit out of order, but it just kind of makes sense to talk about it here since we're already talking about her beautiful family. Now, when the show started out, I didn't really know how I felt about Kelly. I didn't like or dislike her because she had never really given me anything to like or dislike. She came on with her husband. They had their relationship. They had their kids. Relationship was solid. Cool. Okay? Like that. But then, as the season, the 5 episodes, began to go on, I began to see things in Kelly that I did not like. When she went to Miko and says, Kiafa told me you were a bully, and now that I've gotten to know you for myself, I feel a little bit differently. I was just like, now what was that? Okay, now what was that? Now you and Kiafa might not be BFFs, but what are you trying to do here? And why are you letting Miko know that? Because we all know how Miko rolls. You can tell. Miko's confrontational. So why did you feel the need to say that to her? Okay, so immediately, I already had my guard up when it came to Kelly. Then as we move on in this episode, when Kelly has a conversation with Asia, I believe they were at the nail place. Now, Asia girl, I don't know why you're so overly concerned about who's friends with who and how she's going to handle it. That part to me was kind of just like, girl, why are you worried about it? Just get your nails done and keep it moving. But I believe that Asia is seeing things in Kelly that we're seeing in Kelly. And that's why she's trying to check it and see what's going on. Like, let me really see what this girl's head is. I think that's what Asia is getting at. Because did y'all see the way she was looking at her like, yeah, girl, what are you really trying to do? So maybe that's what Asia's trying to peep out of Kelly, at least I hope. Because if she just sitting around talking about who friends with who, girl, you're going to have a seat right next to Miko. So when they were having that conversation, Kelly tells Asia, look, I can be friends with both. I can play the middle. I'm never going to try to jump into anybody's beef. That's not me. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. They go to dinner, okay, with Mike and Kiapa, and they have conversations and, you know, what's better than a Philly girl? You know, everybody's bonding and having these good times. So you think that maybe Kelly can play the middle, just like she did tell Asia. She can play the middle with no problems. She get over there with that doggone Miko and Crystal and Stacy and whoever else was there. I don't think nobody else was there. When she gets over there to them, it's a totally different story. She's not playing the middle. Kelly has chosen a side. And that side would be Miko and Stacy's side. Okay, she tells them, you guys are real cool girls and, very direct and you like to have fun and you like to have a good time. And that's kind of what I'm like, when they're telling me different things about you guys. But when I'm around you, I feel like we're kind of similar. And these are kind of things that I like to do. And Stacey's just like, yeah, girl, we like to have fun. We like to have a good time. We ain't none of that jealous talk going on. We don't like the drama. And I'm just sitting there looking like, wow. This is so interesting to me. Kelly just says that she could play the middle, but when she goes to talk to them, she's telling them everything that she has heard about them from the other girls. But when she's with the other girls, I don't ever hear Kelly saying what she heard from Miko and Stacy about them, because right there, right after Stacy said she ain't about the drama and she ain't gonna be talking about people and, even though her and Kiafa made up, it ain't really like that. And then she turns around and tells her, you still need to watch her. Okay, because she's the jealous type. I think it is some jealousy. You're right. I think there is some jealousy there. And I was just like, I don't understand. I don't understand what was going on. I don't even remember who brought up jealousy. I want to say it might have been Kelly. And Miko is just like, you're going to find out who Kiafa is. You be careful. You're going to find out who she is. And Kelly talking about, I hope I don't have to find out. Yeah, you want to find out. You want to find out. So then you can have a reason not to deal with Kiafa because you already don't want to deal with her. For whatever reason, Kelly doesn't like Kiafa. Kelly doesn't like Asia. I'm not really sure how she feels about Jeniva. But this is what I think. Y'all follow me here. Now, I might be thinking a little too deep. My friends be calling me a hotep and all of that. I don't feel like I'm hotepping quite yet. But I could see myself maybe hotepping one of these days, but not quite yet. I think that Kelly, okay, she is Caucasian. Right? Or she mixed with something else. She's in the middle. Okay, she's got this black husband. She's from Philly. Now, you guys remember the things that Amber Rose said about the girls in Philly, right? Like, those girls didn't look like her. And I want to say she said something about their hair. And, they weren't as pretty as me. And I got bullied because people weren't as pretty as me and didn't look like me in Philly. Y'all remember that? I think that Kelly is used to seeing a particular type of black woman. And she's used to dealing with the particular type of black girl. And she sees those girls in Stacy and Miko. The drama, the back and forth, the cattiness. She doesn't want to hang with Kiafa and Asia because they done got I don't even want to say class because I don't want to make it sound like I'm putting the other girls down. But they've gotten their maturity to a different level. Okay, it's not that it ain't in them. Well, I can't speak for Asia, but Kiafa, it's all over her. Okay, it's not that it's not in her. It's in her. But it's just not something that she's ever going to go back to. It's not something that she's ever going to participate in. And Kelly, well, she don't want to see that. Okay? Because then, what makes me better than you? Okay, what makes me that pretty girl from Philly where people didn't look like me and wasn't doing it like me? What makes me have a rise and a better type of feel over you if you not one of them black girls is going to be, down in the dirt and ghetto like I'm used to. Okay, I think Kelly is used to feeling a certain way around black women, and the only way that she can get that feeling again is if she hangs out with Miko and Stacy. Now, maybe I went too deep. You guys can let me know, but that's just how I feel. That's why she wants to link up with them, so they can cut up and act a fool, and she can sit back and watch, because that's what she's used to doing. At some point, Stacy, Miko, and Crystal meet up again, and Crystal also ends up going on like a little beach day with her baby and her mom. But during all of this, okay, combined, we found out a little bit more about Crystal's relationship when it comes to her and Ray Ray. Now, first of all, Crystal and Ray Ray, according to Crystal, plan to have this baby together. Now, Crystal doesn't want to be, seen as a gold digger. And Crystal doesn't want us to think of her as a gold digger. But I'm not really sure where she expects people to go with it when she planned to have this child by a man that she wasn't married to. And he was an athlete. It automatically makes people think that you're a gold digger, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Another thing that makes us think that is when you begin to, get upset and worry and say that football players spend up all their money and you have asked him for $30,000 a month, okay, in child support. No, not 30. I'm sorry. I don't know where I got that number from. But you have asked for an increase and asked for more money per month in child support because he might spend up all his money. And, you just thinking about your child's future and health insurance and all of those things are good. But my thing is, if he's already taking care of that child financially, which I do believe he probably is, Ray, then why would you now go and ask for more money under the guise of securing a future? You don't know what he got set up for that baby. He might already have some security set up for the baby. Or if you need money, if you need him to pay the insurance, talk to him about doing the insurance or putting him on his insurance. Okay? If he already paying for child care, let me tell you that right there. Do you guys know how expensive it is for your child to go to daycare? A good daycare? I had no idea, child. You ain't got to worry about this uterus cannot afford the bill that comes with letting something come out of it. So anyway, yeah, I kind of was side-eyeing Crystal in that moment. She gonna say, me and Ray, we like salt and pepper, oil and vinegar. Whatever don't go together. I said, baby, salt and pepper go together just fine. What is we talking about, Crystal? Okay, maybe that oil and vinegar thing, but you got to think, you got to think more carefully when we talking about seasonings and whatnot. Crystal probably don't know how to cook. And speaking of Crystal, I don't know how I missed it in my last review, you guys, but did you see her track hanging from her head when her and Emily got into their little, you guys, now listen. I know I don't get on this camera all the time looking right. Even today isn't one of my best days. But you ain't never going to catch me on here with my track showing or my wig off of my head at all. If it's that real, I'm either going to put a scarf on or I'm just not going to do the review. When I saw that track right here by her party, I said, Maybe that's why she asking for increases, because she got to find somebody to get that wig. You know what? Her homegirl's hair, none of their hair look bad. So she ain't finna sit here and tell me that she ain't got nobody that can do that head. But, girl, no. No. So Emily and Crystal do end up having a meeting together. And I like their meetup. I like that they're going to squash the beef. Basically, they got into it over some niggas. And, he was messing around with this girl and that girl. Stupid. Okay, what goes on in the athlete world and sometimes even in the regular world if you're dealing with a dude that's real popular and got a little bit of money. That kind of thing goes on. They sat down like two women, and Crystal kind of handled it like I would have handled it. We some good-looking girls, and we made him look good. Two pretty girls. I said, yeah, two pretty girls. All y'all look alike. When I watch this show, everybody look like everybody all the time. So I don't even know how they be getting mad when somebody, man, sleep around. He might have thought that was you. Shoot, all y'all get them long weaves in, and y'all got that fair skin. The only people who I can tell distinctly apart in this show really is Kiafa and Miko. And that's only because their brown skin and their features are a little bit different. Everybody else, once they put that weave in and that makeup, I don't know who's who. Crystal be Not Crystal. Yeah, Crystal be looking like Emily. Emily be looking like Crystal. Then Emily be looking like Jeniva a little bit. Then Jeniva be looking a little bit. Everybody just look the same. I always have to do a double take in the confessionals. At one point, I thought I was looking at Claudia Jordan when Crystal was on the screen. I was just like, now when did Claudia get on the show? They kind of settled that whole thing. You know, it was stupid. He was messing around on the both of us. Let's just move past it. So great. Glad to see two women who can get it together. Let's talk about the Stacy and Kiafa meetup. So Stacy and Kiafa meetup, and what's going on? All right, what's going on with the attire? We know that Kiafa is just, she's not a snazzy, dresser. She always gonna have out a peep shoulder or a high neckline, and that's just how she roll cool. But Stacy. Now, I know you talking about your snapback and you looking good. You probably breastfeeding. Your titties is real big. That's one thing I might even be looking forward to, is having some real big titties. But why did you have them up like that? Stacy was not giving her neck a break because her titties were sitting right up there at the base of her neck. I bet her neck was like, the hell y'all doing up here? Stacy has a little bit of an attitude, but I think that might just be her way. I kind of understand it because I kind of come, I rolls with an attitude as well. She has a seat with Kiafa, and she's just like, all right, let's just go ahead and talk about it. Let's get into it because, we both got things to do with, that kind of tune. Kiafa tells her, look, Stacy pretty much tells her, look, I think your friend owes me an apology. I was pregnant, and she threw a drink on a pregnant woman. And Kiafa says, well, you know what? That drink didn't just come out of nowhere. She threw that drink because of what you said. Stacy is just like, oh my gosh, really? Those are just words. Those are just words. I didn't even really hear what you said. Kiafa says, no, you said F my dead mother. And Stacy says, you know what? You made that up. Yes. Okay, you, Kiafa, baby. That's not what she said. So they ran the playback, and we did get to hear what she said. And what was said was, you mustn't take your medication today, by Kiafa. Stacy replied, your mama mustn't take her medication today. Kiafa replied, my mother is dead. Stacy replies, good, and walks off. Now, I don't know where Kiafa got that F you from. Maybe she was saying it as she walked out the door like, child, F all this. I ain't got time for this. But Stacy never did say, F your dead mama, okay? She didn't say that. Maybe you felt that way, but that's not what she said, okay? And that's true. But you did say good that my mama was dead, and that hurt me. And Stacy said, but still, those are just words. Your friend threw a drink at me. A pregnant woman. That ain't classy. That's not how you roll. Kiafa begins to get upset, and she was just like, I don't think you understand. My mother died a month before my wedding. So Stacy kind of, you could tell she reined it back because I think that hit her. She was just like, I'm sorry to hear that. And she said, you know what, that hurt me. You said those words, and I know they didn't mean nothing to you, and I know they was just words, and those words hurt me about my mama. That hurt me. And she began to cry. Now, at this point, me and my homegirl had another conversation because my homegirl was just like, I wouldn't even care. If somebody said that about my mama, first of all, I wouldn't fire back with my mama is dead. Like, who say that? And I was just like, girl, I don't really know because my mama is still here alive and kicking, and I probably would be very protective over my mother's legacy if somebody would try to fire that back off. So I don't really know what I would have said, and I don't know if I would have been this upset or not. But regardless, these are her feelings, and this is how she feels. And I was glad to see those two have a moment, even though I knew it wasn't going to last long. But Stacy was wiping her tears and everything, you guys. It was a really, really good moment. And they both kind of bonded over the fact that, we both mothers. And I would never want to see, my mother gone. My mom's still here. I can't imagine not having my mother. I can't imagine not being around for my girls, my babies. And, it was effed up. I did say those words. And, I apologize for making you feel that way. I was proud of Stacy. I was so proud of Stacy because really, I know a lot of people don't like her, but I think that Stacy actually is a likable person if you can get around the type of personality that she has. Stacy is just one of those folks, she don't fool with a lot of people. Okay, she might be a little shady, maybe not to you, but she might shade. She only care about her man and her kids. She'll go out, she'll turn up with you, but don't be expecting her to be, all BFF and be talking about your feelings and all of that. I think Stacy would be a cool girl maybe to hang with, maybe not to be BFFs with. All right, if you want to talk about your feelings and all of that, you get you a Kiafa. Y'all stay at the house with the peekaboo shoulders out and, drink wine and talk about your life. All right, you got different types of friends for different things. But I don't think Stacy is like a horrible person. I do think she's ghetto, though. And I don't think she has a reign over it quite yet. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So after they have their bonding moment, they agree that even though maybe they're not going to be friends, they are going to hash the drama and they're going to try to move forward from this moment and see what they can work out. So that's good enough. And that was a real grown woman way to handle it too. Like, we ain't got to be walking around here like we BFF singing Kumbaya because we ain't there yet. Okay, let's just keep it real. But let's try to work on what we can build from this point forward. So I thought that was cool. I thought that was good. And I was glad to see this moment, even though it was short-lived. Oh, the party. Miko is having this party, this charity event, and she hopes that everything goes well and that nobody shows out and that nobody does this. All of that was foolish. Miko hopes that everything that she wished wouldn't happen comes to pass because she likes the drama and she likes the moment. So she hoped all of that happened at her party. They get to this party. Everybody looks good. I'm not really sure why. There was a whole bunch of sequins going on. I didn't get the memo, but everybody comes in there all glittered and bedazzled out. Kiafa has let Carmina know that there's been a conversation, that Stacy and her have buried everything. Apologies have been said. And, now I just want you to talk to her. I want you to talk to her. I wish that Kiafa would have said, you know what, just go ahead and apologize so we can get it over with. But that's not going to happen. I'm going to just go ahead and say, again, Carmina, you're in the wrong. Yeah. I bet you guys weren't expecting me to say that. Yeah. Yeah, Carmina was in the wrong. Carmina was in the wrong for even going over to Stacy and saying, can we chat? And she had no intentions of apologizing. None. So what did you want to chat with her for? To see if you get a rise out of her? To see if you could keep the drama going? Because that's really what you did. In essence, you didn't have any intention of apologizing to that girl. When you walked in there with your titties big as ever, you were strolling. You had this cocky walk like, girl, I'm about to set it off. And that's exactly what you tried to do. So you got over there, asked Stacy, could we chat? All right, now Miko and everybody else has already had a pep talk with Stacy and said, you need to be classy, you need to do this, you need to do that. Even Crystal told her, she might need a Bible for you. You talking about you might need a Bible for her. She might need one for you because you a spitfire. And I appreciated Crystal for keeping it real with her friend. Like, girl, don't act. So when they got over there, Stacy, let's pause real quick. Was that a waist trainer Stacy had on over a gold sequin dress? How dare you walk over there in a conversation and be like, and her titties was lopsided. You had on a waist trainer over a dress. Oh my gosh, you guys, I was so mad when I saw it. That is not a belt. All right, first of all, I thought them big belts was out of style, but I don't always be up on game. This is a dress from Old Navy, so I don't always know. But if you got on a belt, the belt should still be no bigger than this. What Stacy had on was this wide, right here, across the middle. I was just like, why does she have that on? It looked like the same thing that she had on when she went to meet Kiafa. You could have wore it under your dress and had the same type of look. You got this whole bustier waist trainer over a dress and it was black and you had on gold. Girl, no. Oh my gosh, you need a stylist if she gonna be looking like that. No, ma'am. Stacy is telling her, what, you was wrong. You shouldn't have threw that drink in my face. And I know I said those words, but for you to throw that drink and I was pregnant, that was just not classy of you. And Carmina tells her, well, it was what you said. That brought a rise out of me. I was there when her mom died and I didn't appreciate it. And I understand what you're saying. I shouldn't have done that. And, that's not in my character. It's not what I would normally do. She's talking around an apology. But she's not apologizing. So her and Stacy are going back and forth. Carmina is remaining calm. And Stacy is getting riled up. And this is what I mean. Stacy does not have a handle on, number one, her temper. And number two, her ghetto. Okay? And she is allowing these women to play her into a position where she looks like everything that they are saying that she is. And that's what is unfortunate. Because like I said, I think I would like Stacy. In any other circumstance, I would know she probably wasn't my bestie, but she would be cool. All right, but she's allowing them to make her look like a terrible person. She's falling right into the trap. And they have set it up for her. So Carmina is just kind of smirking at her, knows that she's getting a rise out of her. And Stacy, so here is where I was confused, because I was just like, did Stacy really want to bury the beef? Did she really want to bury the hatchet with Carmina? Because next thing I know, a dick is flying out of her hand. Okay, like a lollipop dick. She kind of tosses it over at Carmina a little bit, and it kind of scrape up and fall against them big titties. And was just like, I don't have time for this foolishness. You can take that and, suck a dick, basically. I thought you wanted to be classy. I thought you wanted to be classy and use your words and all of that. What was that, Stacy? What was that? Now, I know Carmina was wrong, but God, is anybody going to Michelle Obama on a reality show? When they go low, we go high. Stacy came prepared to act up if needed. And that was disappointing for me because, again, they want you not to have a reign on that. They want you to cut up and act a fool and act ghetto, and you're falling right into it. So Carmina take the dick, and she was like, I love it. She gave me a dick. I think that is fabulous. I said, girl, I know what you mean. I think dick is fabulous, too. She takes the dick, and she's like eating a little sucker or whatever. And Stacy is over there. She again, she ain't got a rein on it. I should have punched that hoe. I should have did this. She better be glad this. She came over there. She was being disrespectful. She loud, y'all. The way she's moving, her body, her posture. Everything is just ghetto. Miko gonna tell her, I'm proud of you, girl. You used your words. Miko, shut up. Shut up. What part of the game is with throwing a penis on somebody is using your words? If anything, I would have been looking around mad like, well, what, you brought her dick, you ain't bring me none. Okay, where my dick at, Stacy? Somebody throw something at me. So while they're sitting there and everybody's big up in Stacy and Stacy's big up in herself, we see the dick come flying across the lower parts of the room. She done tossed the dick at Stacy's feet. Okay, because she hear all that mess that Stacy talking. I said, Carmina, if you and your big titties don't get jumping y'all Honda Accord and go home, I know she got a Honda Accord. She looked like she got a Honda. And ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with a Honda Accord. But girls who drive Honda Accords have a look. Okay, and Carmina got it. I got a Chevy Malibu. I got a Chevy Malibu girl look. Actually, I feel like I got a Jeep girl look. Kinda. But my Jeep was totaled. Y'all, I don't like to relive that situation. Stacy was just like, I know she did not throw this dick back at me. So she mad now. Okay, why you throw that over here? Why you throw that over here? You don't want no problems with me. She started that growling again. I still live over there. You don't want no problems with her. Her bustier, you can tell is about to, I'm scared that she about to pop out right here. She backing up, people holding her back. She loud. Then she start throwing drinks, y'all. She throwing them. And them white people was looking like, what is going on with the Negroes? Now, y'all told me there was going to be cameras here, but it wasn't going to be no fighting. We got to go. I was so embarrassed for Stacy and everybody she was with. Because when I tell you she was hurling drinks over there, they were hitting other people. People was like, what in the world is going on? And I was just like, see, you played right into it, Stacy. You played right into it. Now everybody thinks that you ghetto. You don't know how to act. You don't know how to control yourself. So you see Kiafa and them, everybody's getting up and they leaving. And Kiafa, even though Stacy showed out, I really want Kiafa to stay out of it when it comes to Carmina and Stacy. If that's their beef, then let them have their beef. But with Stacy, when Kiafa said on her way out, I'm done with Stacy. She ghetto and she all this different stuff. She trashy, she classless, she don't know how to act. I was deflated. Because now here we are, we backpedaling. All right, we going backwards. Y'all just had that moment and now, here we go with the drama again. Who y'all really need to be throwing a drink at is that doggone Miko. Because she gonna say, once again, Kiafa doesn't know how to control her friends. I said, Kiafa don't know how to control her friends. At least Carmina just tossed dick that day. Your friend was hurling drinks at everybody and was missing. So obviously softball wasn't her sport. But when you throw a drink, it goes everywhere. It could get on everybody. So I was just like, girl, you really need to take some classes in drink throwing anyway. At least Carmina know how to do it. That was how the season ended. Okay, so let's just go ahead and tally it up. All right. Kiafa don't like Stacy. Stacy don't like Kiafa. Jeniva doesn't like Stacy. Stacy don't like Jeniva. Miko doesn't like Kiafa. I'm not sure how Kiafa feel about Miko. I think she just believes she's a joke. Asia doesn't like Miko. Miko doesn't like Miko because she doesn't like fake people. Kelly doesn't like Kiafa, doesn't like Asia. Can't tell me no different. Crystal, I don't know where Crystal is with it. I think Crystal just doesn't like whoever we don't like at the time. She'll just roll with it. And that's it in a nutshell, you guys. Another season. What I will say, you guys, is you will not see me for probably another week or maybe 2 weeks. My birthday is coming up. I'm excited about it. Gonna really just take some time to get away, put my feet up, hopefully go to the beach. If Charleston is open, I heard Hurricane Irma is, moving through there, but hopefully everything will be good by the time that I go. Also wanted to let you guys know I will not be reviewing another show until Mary Mary. I am hype. On September 28th, Mary Mary is how I gained a lot of my subscribers and how I really started getting into doing reviews. So hopefully I'll get some more subscribers. You guys like, comment, subscribe, repost, tell people to check it out. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to get my count up. I'm not really sure what else I need to do. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. But that would be the Ball of Wives. Thank you guys for tuning in, and you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.